Hello again. This particular video is about four evaluation criteria which are used to give you the band scale. These are the criteria and the official band descriptors which are sent or which are in the hand of examiners, and considering them as the key factors, they'll give the band scale to the IELTS test takers. Let's try to understand this one by one, right? We'll try to understand this in details because these are very important. Even if you find it a bit boring, please be with us because this is very important to understand while writing. Once you know that, perhaps every line, every paragraph that you will write, you can understand whether you are able to respond to the criteria or not. So let's begin with the first one. The first one is task response. Now, what is it that we will try to understand in details? Second is coherence and cohesion. Third is lexical resource. And fourth is grammatical range and accuracy. In one word, if I have to say one thing for each, task response means addressing the task. Coherence and cohesion means how logically you have organized and connected your writing. Third is vocabulary that you have used, and fourth is the grammatical part, right? So let's try to understand them one by one. The first one is task response. Now, this is what the official band descriptor says, right? So if you're looking 7 here, I have kept 7 as the benchmark. So address all part of the task. That means write about everything in the question. Let's try to understand it. What exactly does it mean? You see, what is this? These are the tasks. Write about everything means this is the question actually. The question is like this. So this generally is the topic. Then he's saying, to what extent do you agree or disagree? So this is the first thing you have to say, whether you agree or disagree or both, right? Then you have to give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples. So you have to give reasons, you have to include examples for whatever you say. If you are able to say them and if you are using 250 words, that means you have been able to cover everything in the question. Then they say present a clear position throughout the response. Clear position means if they want you to say something, you have to take a clear position. For example, they're asking you, do you agree or disagree? So you have to say clearly whether I agree or I disagree, or I agree or disagree. Both depends on the question. So that means make it clear what your opinion is based on the ideas you have planned. Then they say present, extend, and support the main ideas. It's the same thing. That means at first you have to present the main ideas, you have to prove them logically, and possible then you have to give some examples. So develop your ideas and argument, explain your point. This is very important. You need to understand this. Answer everything. So these two are interlinked. Develop your ideas and arguments, whatever you are saying. Develop means you have to give the logic, explain your points, say what it matters, why it matters, sorry, and give an example. So this is what. So to sum up what you're doing, just answer everything. Your opinion, if asked, must be clear, and your idea must be supported by logic and example. That was task response, right? Next one is coherence and cohesion. Let's try to understand what official band descriptors says here. See, logically organize information and ideas, clear progression throughout. Logically organize. So your essays should be in logical order like this. At first, you have to write down the introduction. I'll show you the details of that. But you have to write down an introduction at first. That will be your first paragraph. Then you have to talk about aspect 1. What I mean to say here by aspect 1, whatever aspect you are covering in the first paragraph, that will be aspect 1. It can be advantage, disadvantage, agree, disagree, causes, effect, whatever. And then the aspect 2 and the conclusion. right? And also applies to sentences within paragraph, means how logically you have organized them within paragraph. We will see that in details, right? And we'll try to understand it further. It simply means that your information must be organized in a logical manner, which can flow smoothly. Use a range of cohesive devices to link sentences and paragraph with words like however, therefore. I will provide extensive list of all those during this course. But this is what it is. Present a clear central topic with each paragraph. That's again important. So whatever you are giving, you're writing in one paragraph, you have to cover. So you should not write agree and disagree both in the same paragraph, or advantage and disadvantage in the same paragraph. There should be two different paragraph for that, right? So you have understood this one. I will do another slide again to help you understand it better. Then we have lexical resource. It simply means vocabulary, but what exactly in the vocabulary? Use a sufficient range of vocabulary to allow some flexibility and precision. What exactly does it mean? Sufficient range? It means to a wide range of vocabulary. What wide range means? Use synonyms, use paraphrasing, and be precise. And if you don't know the meaning of any one of them, don't worry, I'm going to deal them in detail in coming videos, right? So no common words should be used like nice, good, very good. Then use less common words and phrases. So these are most common words, and so that you know how these words fit together. Means the collocation, means the combination of words, how two words are combined naturally. For example, you say I did a mistake. So this is not a right combination of word. I did a mistake. We don't say in English. We say I made a mistake. Or many times we say I'm going to give my test tomorrow. Now, in English language, we don't give a test. We either appear a test, we write a test, or we take a test. So these are known as natural combination of word, which has to be followed. Unnatural combination of words should not be written. And so this is what, let me repeat this. First, there should be sufficient range, means you should paraphrase the question or question words, you should write the synonyms. Then you should not write the most common word, and you should use collocation, right? Okay, and the last criteria is grammatical range and accuracy, right? So it simply means the grammar. What exactly is the breakdown? Use a variety of complex structures. Now, what is complex structures? Complex structures when you're writing longer sentences, to be more precise, when you're combining two or more sentences together, that is known as complex structures, and we're going to discuss that in detail in coming videos. So don't worry if it doesn't make much sense to you right now. We're going to discuss that in details. So for example, I'll give you one example if you want to understand. Like, although I have been preparing for IELTS for a long time, I have not been able to obtain the desired band scale in writing. So you can see there were two sentences here, two sentences. First, I have been preparing for IELTS for a long time. Second, I have not been able to obtain the desired band scale. And now they are combined together with the help of although. So these kind of sentences are known as complex sentences. This was just one example, but they say variety. Even in complex sentences, there should be a variety. So we're going to see that in coming videos, right? Mistakes, of course, you should avoid. And punctuation, so again, this is mistake, punctuation marks, commas, colon, and I'm going to cover them, so don't worry for that. So I mean, there should be no mistake. Number one, you should use complex sentences. I mean, these are the two main points in grammar that you have to keep in mind, right? So that's all about understanding the assessment criteria. In coming video we will see how to respond to this assessment criteria. Okay, so bye for now.